habit has. Holy roly roll roll roll. 'Tis best performed by torch and match. Holy roly roll roll roll. Holy roly roll roll roll. Holy roly roll roll roll. Here we take our easy. Holy roly roll roll roll. Look our flags and sing our glee. Holy roly roll roll roll. Holy roly roll roll roll. Holy roly roll roll roll. We sing it here, we play our part. Holy roly roll roll roll. Like making love and breaking hearts. Holy roly roll roll roll.
That's what college is all about. Giving young people words to live by. I've been houseman to the finest undergraduates here at Yale for most of my life. And I can tell you this without fear of contradiction. Students arrive here callow, shallow, and heartless boys. But by Godric, they leave here shallow, callow, and heartless men. And gentlemen at that. Now this graduating class of 1932, they're lovely fellows at heart. My two lads, Mr. Jack Chesney and Mr. Charley Wickham, are particularly wonderful, if a bit scatterbrained. Being concerned about matters romantic, they are most head over heels in love. You know what that can do to even a sane person. But I've said enough. I'm not the sort who carries tales.
Brassett?
Yes, sir.
Brassett!
In here, sir.
Brassett! There'll be luncheon for 5 today. The ladies are coming.
How many, sir?
5. And Mr. Wickham's aunt will be there. He's at the station now to pick her up. Well, that's the whole point. To meet Charlie's aunt. That's how we got the ladies to come.
Very droll, I'm sure.
What do you mean, droll?
Well, sir, I'm afraid our credit in the kitchen is somewhat beyond defunct. It is, in fact, sir, totally funked.
Well, no matter. Just go outside and get it from Bunter's.
I'm afraid we owe Bunter's as well. However, sir, I'm sure it will be all right if I say it's for me.
Oh, very good, Brassett. And remember, luncheon for 5 at 1 o'clock.
Very good, sir.
Miss Verdun. My dear Miss Verdun. Yeah. Kitty, it has come to my attention that I love you most horribly. No. Kitty, my dearly sainted, beloved Kitty.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if you wanted to keep these dreadful old books. They really are quite disgusting.
Yes, I'd like to keep them as a reminder of my college years. My dear sainted, beloved Kitty.
How about your old lad knickerbockers?
No, Brassett, leave me alone! My dear sainted, beloved Kitty.
Beg pardon, sir.
I wasn't addressing you, Brassett.
Sorry, sir.
My dear beloved Kitty. I say Jack. Oh, confound it, Brassett! It's you, Charlie. What is it, old chap?
Jack, I don't want to disturb you.
Oh, no, I'm just rehearsing my proposal to Kitty, but I'm being constantly interrupted. Where's your aunt?
She wasn't on the train.
Well, are you sure, Charlie? Well, you've never seen her before. It's possible you could have walked right past her.
She was not on the train.
How do you know for sure?
Because I reread her letter and she isn't due in from New York until 12:30.
Nitwit, Charlie!
Yes, just like me, isn't it?
Well, this is a pretty mess. The girls are on their way.
How did they get around their guardian?
That Spedigue's on a business appointment, so all you have to do is worry about your aunt. The girls won't say without a chaperone.
Hang it, Jack. It'll mean cutting it close, but we simply must see Amy and Kitty before their Uncle Spedigue takes them off to Scotland for the summer.
Oh, your aunt will surely come, won't she?
If my aunt is practical enough to marry one of the richest men in South America, she can certainly catch a train. Here, look what I found about her in the Times. She's really quite famous.
Huh. New breed of chicken resists influenza.
Oh, no, not there.
Madam, or rather Donna Lucio Dalvadores, the Brazilian millionaire who was taking J.P. Morgan's Fifth Avenue townhouse, is an American woman of genial disposition and financial genius. Indeed, it was her capacity in this direction that led to the affection of her late husband and a romantic death-bred marriage. Why, the old dear is quite the celebrity.
She went off to Brazil before I was born and became some sort of secretary to a rich old Brazilian chap, Don Pedro Dalvadores, but go on, read the next.
Oh. Her only relation is a nephew at Yale.
That's me.
Oh! Why, Charley, this is a startler.
Well, I have no reason to expect anything more from her than she's already done for me, for which I'm very grateful. Ever since I was orphaned, she's arranged for my entire education through a trust.
Oh, we won't be too hard on your dear aunt. And while you two get acquainted, I can have my little talk with Kitty.
What about Amy and me and our little talk?
That is a ticklish point. We simply can't take turns hauling your dear auntie back and forth like a wheelbarrow. What we need is a charming chap to keep your auntie diverted.
Exactly. Someone witty and dependable.
Of course.
A dashing conversationalist with just a touch of dignity.
Exactly. Now, which one of our classmates fits the bill? Freddie Peel. No. He'd eat his lunch, her lunch, and the entire centerpiece.
Jack, I've got just the chap. The only English nobleman on campus, Lord Fancourt Baverley.
Babs. Fanny Babs, of course! We should have thought of him straight off. Present!
And he's such a cheerful, amusing fellow. He'll keep on in a rattling good humor.
Oh, go to Lord Fancourt Baverley's room, give him our compliments, and ask him to come here at once.
Ah, yes, sir.
I'll say it's very important and that we could use another bottle of champagne.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
and hurry! And while Babs is entertaining your aunt, we can have our little talk with the girls.
Speaking of Bab's cheerfulness, haven't you noticed something off about him? Ever since he was so ill and had to go off to the Mediterranean?
I noticed he seemed a bit out of sorts.
Well, from the few hints he's dropped to me, I'd say Babs is a bit hard hit himself.
What, Babs in love?
Yes. And if I'm not very much mistaken, he's as soft-hearted over a girl as we are.
Well, all the better. He'll feel for us. He'll see the necessity of keeping your dear auntie well out of the way. Better luck next time, Charley.
Lord Baverley's compliments, sir. He says he's having a gathering of his own this afternoon, and could you lend him a few bottles of champagne?
Lend him a few bottles? Well, all the nerve. Come on, we'll go to him. We simply must make him come. We've got to be with our girls today. Miss, I don't wait.
Hurry, scurry. No time for anything. They come with a bang, they go with a bang. Everything with a bang, except pay their bills with a bang.
Jack! I say, Jack, old man! Jack! Charlie! What about the champagne? What about the bubbly? Oh, hello. The very thing. Well, won't they be ticked off? Serves them right, leaving it out in such an ostentatious way when I'm so beastly hard up. They'll make do with the whiskey and soda. They'll be fine, yes, they'll be just fine.
Well, hello, Babs! There he is, Charlie. We wanted to speak with you.
Yes, and how do you think I'm looking?
Oh, splendid, Babs. Does he look splendid, Charlie?
Yes, I thought you'd be pleased with me. Well, anyway, I'm off. Ta-ta.
Oh, don't go, Babs. You, wanted to see us.
Yes, what was that about? Can't seem to remember, no matter my loss.
Well, we were looking for you last night, but you were out.
Oh, yes, you know Freddie Peel, don't you? He's an awful idiot, hasn't a particle of brains, has he?
No.
But I'm all right. Well, last night he gave a card party and I won $150 from him. You should have seen his face.
Oh, well, Freddie Peel doesn't have a dime.
No, really?
But did he pay you?
No, but he's going to when his grandmother dies.
That old lady's been dead for years.
No, really? Oh, that's beastly. Well, he's an awful idiot anyway. Hasn't a particle of brains, has he?
No.
But I'm all right. Well, anyway, I'm off. Ta-ta.
Oh, don't go, Babs. We want you to stay and have lunch with us today.
Oh, I say, Jack, don't play the giddy goat. I've got so many things to do today. I must rehearse for the theatrical, try on my costume, and most importantly, meet my tutor.
Whoa, Babs. You're looking rather pulled down.
Am I really?
I was telling Jack the very thing just now.
Do you think I shall die?
Not you, Babs. You shouldn't worry about all this study. You'll be a great man. one sort or the other, one of these days, without all that.
Well, yes, that's what I think, you know, but I ought to do something with my time.
Well, of course, Babs, you must stay for lunch. Charlie's aunt is coming.
No, really? What fun! I know that Charlie visits his uncle sometimes when he's hard up. It's only right that his aunt should return the visit.
Well, that's just what we want, Babs. A smart, charming fellow like yourself, fonts of humor, lots of brilliant conversation.
Yes, Babs, that's it exactly.
To entertain a charming lady.
Yes? Who is she?
Why, Charlie's aunt.
What's she like?
Well, that's just it, Babs. I'm to meet her today for the first time.
Oh, I say, Charlie, she may turn out to be an awful old crock.
Well, she's a widow and a millionaire. That ought to count for something.
Rather. Put me down for a chance, Charlie. I'll take a chance.
We didn't want to bring this to Freddie Peel now, did we, Charlie? No.
No. He's an awful idiot. Hasn't a particle of brains. I say, what's her name?
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Oh, my. What a name.
Oh, it's no use. You must stay for lunch. Charlie's aunt is really a charming old lady.
Charming old lady? I say, look here. Haven't you got anything younger coming?
Oh, yes, 2 other girls.
Ah, nice. Young?
Oh, yes.
Ah, yes. That's more my line. How many did you say?
2.
Oh, I see. 1 for each of you, and I'm stuck with the old crock. No, thank you. I'm off.
Listen, Babs, this is an awfully serious affair.
I should say so, with an old crock like that.
And we want your help as a friend.
Yes, a friend we can trust.
Rather.
Well, we'll be straight with you, Babs. No humbug, straight as a die. We're in love.
What, Charlie as well?
No fool of a flirtatious business, but the downright serious thing.
And if you knew the girls as well as we do, Babs, you wouldn't wonder at
And
it.
they're coming here today.
I say, have you proposed?
No, that's just it.
Oh, I see. You want me to propose for you.
No! No, we'll do that ourselves. That's why we've asked them to come.
You know, Babs, you don't understand our feelings a bit.
No, don't I, though? I say, haven't you noticed how sad I've been lately?
No.
Tell us about it.
Well, I don't know what it is, but I think I may be in love too.
What makes you think that?
Well, I'm always wanting to be alone and hear the birds sing. I've become quite fond of poetry lately. I can't sleep. I took to the drink for a few days, but it made me ill, so I left it off.
Well, you have all the symptoms. Stay. Tell us about it.
Well, you remember when I failed geography?
Oh, yes, good.
Oh, no, not that term, the term before. Yes, so I became awfully ill, so I took the yacht around the Mediterranean. And at Monte Carlo I came across an officer named Delahaye, quite penniless and dying. You know, Jack, he tried to commit suicide.
Bad luck at the tables, eh?
Indeed. He had beggared himself and his only child, the dearest, sweetest girl you ever saw. But to amuse him and to keep his spirits up, I used to play cards with him.
Well, what became of him?
He died, the poor fellow.
What became of her? The dearest, sweetest girl you ever saw?
I lost sight of her. A woman traveling home that way from South America, I think, took charge of her. You know, Jack, I tried to tell her that...
You loved her?
But she was in such grief.
It all oozed out of your fingertips and the points of your hair.
But anyway, I may have been rejected, and in that case I would look such a silly ass.
At any rate, you fully sympathize with our situation.
So you'll stay then?
Oh, I say...
Oh, you do as you are. We won't let you go now. We've got you.
Oh, I say, Jack, don't play the giddy goat. I've got so many things to do today.
Oh, nothing important.
But it's awfully important. It's a theatrical. And I've given my word.
Well, what are you playing?
A lady. An old lady. But I've never acted before in my life, and I must try my things before my tutor comes.
Well, you can try them on here. Where are they?
In my room, in a box on a bed. But
Brassett, will you go fetch that box?
Oh, no, I'll just fetch my little brown
Charlie, over here.
All right now.
No, Babs, you don't sympathize with us a bit.
Oh, don't I, though? I only wish to see my own dear sweet girl.
Oh, she'll turn up one of these days. Here, have a drink.
Oh, no, I left it off.
Not even a small one.
I'm teetotal.
Oh. Well, Charlie, here you are.
All right, I'll have one.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll drink to her health, wherever she may be. Here's to Lady Fancourt Batterley. What did you say your name was?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Go on, then.
All right, it's Ella Delahaye, but don't bandy it about.
Your things, my lord.
Thanks awfully, Brassett. Just a moment, Brassett. Jack, have you got 2 and 6?
2 and 6 of what?
A quarter. Have you got a quarter?
Charlie, do you have a quarter?
No, Jack, I haven't.
What have you? Brassett, can I borrow a quarter, please? Thank you. Here you are, Babs.
Thanks awfully, Jack. Here you are, Brassett.
Ah, thank you, sir.
Oh, why don't you try them on here?
Yes, let's have a look.
Oh, no, I'll try them on after lunch when you're all in the garden.
Oh, no. We'll want you with us then. It won't take long, will it?
Only a minute or two.
Oh, yes.
I've lost an awful lot of time with these theatricals, but don't worry, next term I do mean to study.
Yes, here it is. Here's the name. Oh, so it is. Mr. Chesney. I wonder if they're in.
Oh, here the girls are, your aunts. Come
Good
yet.
gracious, Jack, what should we do?
Well, there's nothing we can do. Just go get them. We can explain. Okay. Go, Charlie. Go.
So that's kind of you to come.
Yes, we were very pleased to be able to come. Weren't we, Amy? Oh, yes. Oh, Mr. Wickham, are we too early?
Oh, no.
Yes, Mr. Chesney, you didn't mention any time.
Oh, no. We're delighted.
So, this is where you think and study and do all your work and everything.
Oh, yes, we do a lot of that sort of thing in here.
I'm so glad you were able to come today. You're off to Scotland tomorrow for the summer, and we shall miss you so much.
Oh, yes, Uncle always takes us to some dreadfully remote place this time of year, where we never see a soul and it's so dreary.
Oh, why does he?
I don't know. But it's lucky he's in town today, or we wouldn't have been able to come at all.
I don't understand.
He raises such odd objections. It has to do with our inheritance, I expect.
Oh, would you like to see our rowing trophies? We got them for rowing.
I love rowing.
Miss Verdun, did you forget about the dance the other night? I never shall.
No.
Us alone in the garden was among the most happiest moments of my life. In the moonlight, alone. Ah, moonlight's the very atmosphere for sentiment.
I wonder how many people have said that.
Oh, Kitty, I know you like to be quite cynical.
I admit I am. I think Uncle makes me that way.
Well, why do you say that?
Because he's a selfish, horrible old man. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Well, then we shall drop it.
Oh, what a sweet, dear old lady your aunt must be, Mr. Wickham. I'm longing to know her. Where is she?
Jack,
Yeah?
where's my aunt?
Oh, well, she's... What? Well, she's hardly arrived yet.
Oh, no. Hasn't come? Then we must go shopping!
And come back. We shouldn't be long. Goodbye.
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 You see that? Off like a shot when they realize your aunt wasn't here.
Makes an awful difference, doesn't it?
Now you listen. You cut off to the station, you bolt the whole, you get the whole girl here like blazes.
You know, Jack, I feel happier having seen him, don't you?
Yes, it's Charlie. Go.
I say, Jack, have you got any hairpins?
Great Scott, no.
Well, may I send Brassett for some?
Yes, certainly.
Have you got a dime?
No, sorry.
You haven't got anything, have you? Brassett, I gave you a quarter just now. Could you turn that into 15 cents and fetch me a dime's worth of hairpins?
Oh, certainly, sir.
Thanks awfully, Brassett. And Brassett, keep the change. I say, were those the girls just now?
Yes. And they could have seen you.
I didn't know they were here.
Oh, you don't know. There's someone else.
Jack!
Dad!
Good to see you, my boy.
Oh, I'm so glad you could come for graduation.
Couldn't miss it, my boy.
Oh, looking good, Dad. How do you do it?
Well, rich food and all I care to drink seem the perfect recipe for good health. My son, you seem older than I was when I was your age. Perhaps it's the times. Even the old college shows it.
Oh, no, the alma mater is still a thing of beauty, Dad.
Yes, I suppose she is. But we all grow old, don't we?
Well, not you, Dad. You never know that you're older than 51.
50.
Sorry. But still, it is good to see you. I haven't seen half enough of you lately.
Well, judging from your food and wine bills, you haven't been too lonely.
Well, that's
Never mind. When I was your age, I too was more concerned with hospitality than accountancy. But there are a couple of things that we need to think through.
Hey, yes? What things?
Well, your future after graduation, for one. We need to have a talk while we have some time alone. I don't mean to cast a gloom over your final days here at Yale.
Oh, no, let's not do that.
But there are some things that we're in together that you need to know about.
Yes?
Since taking over the family properties with the death of your grandfather, I have also come face to face with the family debts and difficulties.
Debts?
Now, far more than we knew. And as a matter of honor, I must settle them at once. As a result, the sum I had been saving to give you your start has been expanded. For the next couple of years, we will be, comparatively speaking, poor men.
Poor? But I thought you said we had
Oh, but we all did. And I know it will limit your prospects somewhat, my boy. But I have hopes of landing you a government job.
Really?
Yes, in Moose Jaw, Alaska.
Alaska? All the way up north? Are you serious?
Excuse me, sir.
What is it, Brassett?
His lordship's hairpins.
Well, confound his hairpins, Brassett. Oh, wait, Dad, I've got an idea. Couldn't this whole problem be solved by a wealthy marriage?
No, Jack, that's the sort of thing that I dislike.
Oh, my chum Charlie has an aunt, Donna Lucia Delvadores. She's a widow and a millionaire.
Oh, a widow and a millionaire.
And a very charming lady, Dad.
No, Jack. I don't think I'd advise you to do a thing like that.
Me, Dad, you!
Me? You young rascal. No, I shall never remarry.
Oh, don't be hasty, Dad. Think it over. Go back to your hotel room, make yourself look as nice as possible. Come back for lunch at 1 o'clock. No, Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole.
Oh, Jack, me up,
Oh, hi, Charlie. My father, Charlie Wickham.
Glad to know you, my boy.
Her nephew. Charming boy, you'll like him.
It was the fire brigade.
Well, now remember, Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole. It takes years off a person.
No, I don't think so. Perhaps you and I could go down to Morty's for lunch.
Oh, don't be hasty, Dad. See her first.
All right. I'll have a look at her.
Oh, great. Well,
I'll look at her.
all right, Dad. And remember, luncheon for 5 at 1 o'clock. Buttonhole.
Read this.
Important business, stop. Don't expect me for a few days, stop. Donna Lucia Delvadores? No.
She's not coming.
Oh, you're blasted, Aunt. The girls won't stay without a chaperone. What are we to do?
Oh, no, here they are. They're coming.
Oh, what the blazes are we going to do, Charlie?
I say, Jack, come and have a look at me.
Oh, what is it, Babs? Thank you, God. Charlie, come quick.
What is it?
Charlie, your aunt.
Babs? My aunt?
Well, it's the only one you've got, so it'll have to make do.
I say, look here.
But... Oh, splendid, Babs.
Who's that?
The girls.
The girls.
Yes. Charlie's aunt can't come.
Oh, can't she? Well, pity. I'll just get out of these.
No. The girls won't stay if you do.
Won't stay? What do you mean?
Well, you must be Charlie's aunt.
What's that?
I said you must be Charlie's aunt.
You're joshing. He's joshing. You're joshing.
No. The girls won't stay without a chaperone.
Me? No, please. I can't.
Imagine what that'll do for your future acting career. Thank you. Good of you to come.
Yes, we've been longer than we intended.
Oh.
But Amy wanted to get some flowers for Charlie's aunt.
Oh!
Has she come?
Yes, has she come yet? I hope she's come.
Yes, she's come. Miss Pettigrew, Miss Verdun, Donna Lucia Dalvadores, Charlie's aunt.
How do you do, my dears?
I called upon you earlier, Donna Lucia, but you hadn't arrived.
And we brought you these.
Oh, thank you so much. I love flowers. They're so floral.
I hope your journey from town hasn't tired you.
It was quite jolly. Pleasant, I mean. What did you supposed to do with these?
Stick them in your dress. Braxton, why are you standing there?
No compelling reason, sir.
You look worried, Mr. Wickham. Are you ill?
Oh, I'm anxious.
Oh, he's just anxious about meeting his aunt for the first time. I think it's when you say something.
What the dickens am I to say?
Talk about the weather.
Charming weather. Not a word to Freddie Peel about this. He already thinks I'm an idiot. This will prove it. Shh.
Do you mind if I arrange these for you, Donna Lucia?
Thank you so much.
You know, we do have some nice weather sometimes here in poor old Connecticut. So,
What on earth does she mean by that?
Foreigner.
Oh, yes. What did you say my name was?
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Oh, that's much too long. Can't I change?
No, you married a Portuguese abroad. You're a widow from Brazil.
And a millionaire.
Any children?
No, you idiot.
Pity. Oh. You're not to know these things, if that's all right. All right, now I'll go on. Yes! Yes! Charming weather here in poor old Connecticut.
yes.
Of course, Yale is all very new to you, Donna Lucia, but it's a dear old place in any weather. Amy and I will show you all about.
Oh, I would really like
Oh, I'm sorry, she can't.
Well, just show me all of that. I would love to see the gardens.
Are you staying until tomorrow?
Am I staying until tomorrow?
No.
Oh, but you will. You mustn't you, Kitty?
I'm afraid Auntie can't stay after today.
Yes, you see, it's my washing day.
She has some business to attend to in town.
Yes, lawyers and
Yes,
stocks.
stocks and socks, all very important things.
I'm so sorry we've so long to know you.
Oh, have you, my dear?
Yes, Mr. Wickham has told us so much about you. He's made us quite love you.
Oh, has he, my dear?
He says he's so grateful for you, and he owes you everything and never could repay you. And oh, he's such a good, frank, upright man. It was noble of you.
Oh, yes. Yes, well, I just felt that it was my duty to look after my poor brothers.
Sisters, you fool.
Sisters, you fool! And brother-in-law's orphan girl.
Boy!
He was so lovely that I wanted him to be twins.
Well, it was good of you to find out. I mean, you were off in a foreign land, and you could have been left to starve or fall into cruel hands, but you have a good, kind, affectionate nature.
Oh, have I, my dear?
Yes, anyone can see it in your face.
Oh, you are too kind.
I feel I could tell my whole heart to you.
Oh, and I feel that you and I I'm just getting to know each other better.
I feel like I've known you for years and years already.
Yes, what is it?
Beg pardon, sir. I just heard Mr. Pettigrew at the gate inquiring for your room, sir.
Oh, Uncle's back.
I thought you said he was in New York.
Mr. Chesney, send him away!
Go with me to the garden! To the garden!
guards. Say whatever you like, only get rid of him.
Why doesn't somebody answer the door?
What do you want?
I wish to see Mr. Chesney.
Well, he's not at home.
And Mr. Wickham.
Gone away on a trip.
Now look here, madam.
Where did you get that hat? I say, take it off the assistant, sir. Don't sit down. I'm not sitting down. I didn't ask you to sit down.
We'll waive the seating arrangements for the present, but I must see Mr. Chesney at once.
Well, he's not present. As you can see, I'm the only person present.
But the attendant told me that he saw 2 young ladies, my nieces, come here.
Well, I assure you, I'm the only young lady present.
But he said he saw them come in.
Didn't he tell you that he saw them go out?
No.
Well, very well then. But what more do you want?
They've gone into the garden.
Oh, they did nothing of the kind.
Then they've gone into town.
Well, why couldn't you have thought of that before? And now, sir, having gathered all the information you're bound to get in your present condition.
My condition?
Well, you're obviously blotto. Oh, how disgraceful. Where have you been,
What do
sir?
you mean? I'm perfectly sober.
You don't appear to be.
I'm merely annoyed.
Well, drunk people can be annoyed as well as yourself.
Madam, I apologize. Good day. Did you see something strike that hat?
I beg your pardon?
I said, did you see something strike this hat?
Certainly not. I suggest you contact the Temperance Society before it's too late.
Madam?
Sir!
Good day.
And don't open our doors again! Oh, my dears!
Oh, darling!
Isn't that... Oh!
Oh, Donna Lucia! Excuse me, ladies. That'll be my father.
What, am I any relation to him?
Oh, you're Charley's aunt. From Brazil.
Brazil, where's that?
No, where'd the nuts come from? Good of you to come. I'd like to introduce you to someone. Miss Verdun, my father. Miss Spedke, my father.
Delighted. Now, Jack, has she come?
Yes. She's come. Charley, why don't you introduce your aunt?
Donna Lucia Dalmadores, Colonel Francis Chesney, Jack's father.
Charmed. I'm quite sure.
How do you do, Colonel Francis? I'm Charlie's aunt. From Brazil. But where the nuts come from?
I say, Jack,
Yes, Dad?
is that the lady?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, Dad, don't go, please. Oh, hold on for just one moment. Charlie's told you all about him.
Charlie's told you all about him.
No. My nephew Charles.
My nephew Charles.
Has told me.
Has told him.
You.
Has told you.
Has told you.
Has told me. What about you?
In his letters.
In his letters. In his letters. All right. No, it isn't. Then you do it.
Jack,
Yes, Dad?
my boy, it's impossible.
No. What, Dad?
Well, look at her.
Oh, no, Dad. Oh, gracious.
Luncheon is ready, sir.
Go with my father and be careful how you talk to him. Donna Lucia, will you please go with Colonel Chesney?
Donna Lucia, allow me.
It's a lovely flower you have there.
Would you accept it?
Oh, thank you so much. I'll have it stuffed.
Brassid, will you get the champagne, please?
Yes, sir, I can't seem to find any.
Well, Charlie, do you know where the champagne is? No.
What? What is it? What do you want?
The champagne Donna Lucia?
Well, why haven't you got any? Oh, yes. I thought you may have forgotten something, so I brought some of my own. Brassett, it's in my bag, in my little brown bag.
Aha! So, I was right after all, and that foolish old woman told me you weren't here.
Mr. Pettigrew, so nice of you to come.
Don't interfere, sir. So, this is how you behave in my absence.
Mrs. Pettigrew, if we could just explain.
I said don't interfere.
But won't you allow us to tell you what's going on?
My business is with this young man, sir, not with you.
But you won't listen to either of them.
Go away and do not interfere.
Where did you get that hat? I say, take it off this instant.
Perhaps you will remember, sir, that there are ladies present.
I disapprove of their presence and request that they leave with me immediately.
Oh, we can talk about this at another time and
Certainly,
place.
a fantastic idea. Let him call again.
Foolish old lady. Girls, come.
Colonel Chesney, Mr. Spettigue. Mr. Spettigue, Colonel Chesney.
Mr. Chesney is my son, sir. And this lady...
Pray, don't introduce him to me. I've been sufficiently insulted by the drunkard already.
I can only say that I am deeply annoyed to find my nieces lunching here without my permission with these two gentlemen.
invited here to meet Mr. Wickham's aunt. Indeed. There is no indeed about it, sir. Allow me to introduce you. Mr. Spettigue, Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
The famous millionaire? Oh God, what a mistake. How do you do, madam?
How do you do? I'm Charley's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come. How much are you going?
I'm very sorry. Very sorry for my regrettable rudeness.
Oh, he's apologized.
Lunch? Yes, you were regrettably rude, weren't you? I was shocked.
I'm very sorry.
Shocked!
Very, very shocked.
Well, since you've apologized, won't you stay for lunch?
If you wish it, I would be delighted. And am I to be forgiven for my unforgivable rudeness?
Yes, you're forgiven. Here, have this as a peace offering.
My flower. Allow me, Donna Lucia.
Oh no, allow me.
Oh, it appears that I'll get the opportunity to sit between both the gentlemen today. Goody.
Well, we're sailing along. You know, his lordship really makes a wonderful old lady. A bit singular to look at. Perhaps even peculiar. But then, look at some other old ladies. No one would believe them possible. But the old gents have an eye on her anyhow. I fancy Colonel Chesney is favorite. But then, old Spettigue thinks himself in the running. Oh, Lord, if they only knew. Oh, well, college gents will do anything.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, beg pardon, sir. I was just thinking of an old aunt of mine.
Oh?
Oh, uncle, I mean.
Fetch the tea, Brassett.
I'm arranging the tea things now, sir.
Go fetch more lemons or something.
Are you expecting someone, sir?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm looking for Kitty. I haven't had a chance to talk with her yet.
Ah, yes, I believe she's been occupied by your aunt. Well, that is when auntie herself hasn't been occupied by the two older gentlemen.
Brassett, will you just go?
Yes, sir.
There you are, Jack. I need a word with you.
Yes, Dad, anything important?
Well, yes it is. After thinking it over, I have decided that you shall have the financial backing that I had originally mapped out for you.
Yeah. Well, that's absolutely strange. Didn't you say we were to be, comparatively speaking, poor?
True. But I have found a way out of that difficulty. My son, I have determined to take your advice and marry a lady of wealth.
Well, that's capital, Dad. And who's the lovely young thing that has captured your eye?
Well, actually, she's neither young nor lovely. But the thing would be inappropriate. She has one thing in her favor. She has money, which, after all, is the real object in this instance.
Who is she, Dad? What's her name?
You can't guess?
Oh, I can't.
Donna
Lucia Dalmadores. Oh, Dad, this is impossible.
Impossible? Why, you suggested it yourself. And for your sake, I'm going to do it.
But you can't.
Can't? Why not?
Because she gave your flower to Mr. Spedigue.
Oh, she explained that to me already. Miss Spedigue acted so dreadfully to her that she couldn't resist being a coquette with him. He doesn't have a ghost of a chance against me.
Oh, you and Spedigue both. Oh, take time, Dad. Think it over.
Think it over? That's not how an old soldier makes love.
Oh.
I'm going to make myself a rattling good brandy and soda to bring me up in Mar. Maybe I'll skip the soda.
Dad! But Dad, please, Dad!
Jack, perhaps he's behaving disgracefully. First he was with Kitty, now he's taken Amy away from me and has gone off around the garden with both of them.
Well, that's nothing compared to what's going on in there.
Hear that? Yes, what is it?
Just my dad getting a rattling good brandy without the soda to bolster up his courage.
What for?
To propose to Babs, that's all.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe that.
I just knew something awful would come of this. How could you let it go on?
Well, Amy, don't blame me. It's the fault of your mother-headed aunt for not knowing her mind and leaving us in the lurch.
Well, you better find Babs and warn him about your dad. You go one way, I'll go the other.
Charley, you said I go this way, you go that way. Why would you not let me run? Charley, will you look at him?
Can't we just end this?
We must keep our heads or we'll lose everything.
Oh, Mr. Wickham, there you are. Did you think you'd lost us?
Oh, yes, I'm afraid I did.
Yes, I was quite lost myself. I was all at sea in a berry bush when dear Kitty found me and brought me back to safety. Oh, she's so sweet, isn't she?
She is so sweet. Oh, Kitty, I was hoping to have a word with you, but I must talk with Auntie for a moment. Why don't you and Amy go with Charley to the chapel?
We've already seen the chapel.
We've just come from there.
Oh, well, how about the rose garden?
The rose garden is lovely.
How about those petunias?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we've seen the petunias, the marigolds, the daffodils, and the buttercups.
How about the cabbages?
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 They haven't seen the cabbage patch, Charley. They really must see the cabbages. And I'll see you later, sweet kitty.
Oh, not before marriage, I'm afraid.
Well, we're all off to the cabbage patch. After you, ladies.
Not you.
I must see the cabbages.
I need to have a word with you.
I don't care to listen.
Oh, the deuce. What do you mean by this game?
What game?
You promised to help us.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Your best? Your best was to look after those two older gentlemen, not Gallup. I have no wish to argue.
No, I shouldn't argue if I were you.
Listen, I mean to put you under guard.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yes, my dad was just to propose to you.
I'm not going to marry him for you or anyone else. If that's
Of course not, you idiot. All you have to do is be careful and refuse him.
Be careful and refuse him. But a proposal puts anyone in a fit of flutter. You know that.
All I have to do is remember that you're a real old lady.
How the dickens am I to remember I'm a real old lady with my trousers on?
Donna Lucia!
It's my dad. I'm off.
What? What should I say? I've never been proposed to
Donna
before.
Lucia!
Tell him that he's caught you by surprise. Whatever you do, mind you, refuse him.
Oh, yes. I'll refuse it.
Here she isn't coming. I think I'll have another little nip.
Colonel Francis!
Here you are, Donna Lucia. Won't you have a seat?
Oh, yes, thank you so much. Such a gentleman.
Donna Lucia, you'll pardon the rude metaphor of an old campaigner, I'm sure. But meeting you here today, as I have done for the first time, is to me like a lonely traveler coming across some bright little flowerette by the wayside.
What do you mean me?
Yes, Donna Lucia, yes. And you know what a man longs for when he's lonely, wretched, and desolate?
A drink?
Yes. No, Donna Lucia. He longs to plant in his own heart that bright little flower.
Oh, yes, the one by the wayside. I remember. Does he really?
Yes. Donna Lucia and I have come all the way from Manila to find that flowerette.
Oh, then you must be tired. Please, here, have a seat.
Thank you. It is a long way. But Donna Lucia, I have found my flowerette.
Oh, well, then you should wear it in your buttonhole.
Would you let me, or will it be given to another as you did before?
Oh, yes, I was quite a naughty girl this morning, wasn't I?
Dear Lucia. The flowerette I mean must sit at the head of my table, walk by my side, and dwell in my heart forever.
Lovely sentiment, really lovely.
Then I'll waste no more words and come to the point with a soldier's bluntness. Will you be my wife? Will you be my little flowerette?
Well, you see, you've taken me so much by surprise.
Beg your pardon, Donna Lucia?
Well, you see,
May I hope? May I hope?
No, don't hope, don't hope. I shouldn't hope if I were you.
I'm so confused. Beg your pardon, Donna Lucia.
Well, you see, I am another's.
Another's?
Yes, yes. Don't be downhearted. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do for you if you like.
Yes, yes.
I'll be like a sister to you.
A sister. Only a sister.
Only a sister, nothing more.
And no words of mine can alter your decision.
No. No, I'm in a more peculiar position than I can ever explain. I'm a woman with a history, you see.
And there's no reason to prolong this interview. You will accept my regrets and apologies for ever having broached the subject.
Certainly. Thank you. Thank you. And remember, if you're ever passing through Brazil, just...
You fool! Why did you go and make a fool of my father like that?
I didn't make the fool of the fool, you fool! Did you do any coffee?
Yes, sir. Little flowerette.
Yes! By the wayside. Such a nice thing, don't you think?
Why did you cut him off at once and refuse him?
I couldn't very well refuse him until he proposed. No lady could. Why, I'd find myself in the divorce court before I knew where I was. So smack you. Smack him one.
Oh, Mr. Chesney, have you seen...
I must speak with Kitty. Why couldn't Charlie's aunt behave like a lady and come when she was supposed to? I hate the sight of her before I've even seen her. Kitty! Kitty! Come here, my little buttercup.
The gateman distinctly said that my nephew and his roommate, Mr. Chesney, had come here for tea. Well, I see no one. Chesney. Why couldn't Charlie stay in his rooms where I could find him?
You telegraphed to say you couldn't come.
Yes, I know, my dear.
And then you changed your mind.
Yes.
Why?
Oh, some vague desire to see him without his knowing his BBC.
Well, it is beautiful here, isn't it? Well, I could roam about these old places all day. Oh, to live among the
ancient spires and sculptured nooks.
It's like silent music, a scholar's fairyland.
But in this weather, a bit fatiguing.
How beautiful it must be by moonlight, where the shadows have no sudden fears, and the silver bells chime to the sentinel angel of the night, who smiles up at heaven and whispers back, all's well, sweet bells, all's well.
You fanciful little woman, what has put all this about angels and so forth in your head today?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I think I can trace back all the little byways and slyways of thought that generally lead in one direction.
Oh, no, it's just so sweet here.
Oh, as it was then, by moonlight, as seen from the bridge of a certain yacht, with a certain someone, who told you as you listened to the chime of the ship's bell, that you looked like the angel of the watch. Oh, he was a flattering tongued person, wasn't he? Oh, goodness, what was his name again?
Oh, Auntie, I've told you so often.
Lord Fancourt Baverley. The very same gentleman who contrived to lose a fortune to your own dying father that you might have a suitable inheritance.
Oh, well, if ever we meet, I need to give it back.
I doubt the gentleman would accept it. He went to such great lengths to lose it.
Lord Faverly.
Oh, now you've set me to thinking.
Have I? What about?
About my someone.
Auntie, do tell.
What was before I went abroad to Brazil, and I was very young. He was very shy. He didn't call me the lady of the watch, but he did get as far as a stammering compliment. And a blush. And then... And then he was ordered back to his regiment.
Without ever?
Without ever.
Oh, Auntie.
It was at a dance the evening before he went away.
Well, and you've never loved anyone the same way since.
Well, I'm a very sentimental young lady.
Well, what was his name?
Frank Chesney. How strange.
Excuse me, ladies, and good afternoon. I'm afraid I'm intruding.
Oh, not at all, sir. We are most assuredly out of place and not you.
The college grounds are open to everyone. I am at home here merely because my son is a student here. By your leave.
Excuse me, Mr.
Chesney.
And are you, or rather were you, Lieutenant Frank Chesney?
I was.
And you don't remember me?
I acknowledge with regret that I have no recollection.
It has been at least 20 years.
Oh, well, 20 years is a long time, Auntie.
20 years. Where was my regiment then?
Then
I wonder.
You've forgotten the day you first embarked for Veracruz?
No.
But you have forgotten the evening before.
No. Not altogether.
Then?
Lucy, I can't believe it. Let me look at you. And to think at that very dance.
Yes. Oh.
But you never know that, of course.
No.
Because I never told you. But that night, I nearly made you a vow. And we've never met in all that time. And it's been nearly, well, more than 20 years, we'll say.
I'm afraid so.
I remember the dance perfectly. You were in white, tied up in blue.
Yes, all tied in blue, like a chocolate box.
You must meet my son. He's a splendid fellow. He has rooms here with a friend, a young fellow named Wickham.
Yes, Wickham.
And they are entertaining two young ladies, and Wickham's aunt.
His aunt.
Yes, a lady from Brazil.
From Brazil.
Donna Lucia Dalvadores. I must introduce you.
Do I understand you to say that Donna Lucia Daldevoris is here, actually here?
In the garden, or was 5 minutes ago. Do you know her?
I've heard of her. Could you excuse me?
Of course, Lucy.
What does he mean? That dreadfully boring lady on the train, do you still have her card? Oh, yes, but why? I feel that you should know me as I am. That is, if you should like to.
Indeed, I would. This is Bentley Smug. Mrs.?
I'm a widow.
I'll find Donna Lucia and the boys, or perhaps you wouldn't mind coming into the garden to meet them.
No, that would be my pleasure. I'm quite curious to see them. Oh, this is my niece, Miss Delahaye. How do you do?
Colonel Francis Chesney, retired.
Come along, Ella.
Jack, my boy, if that had been Donna Lucia, things might be very different.
Come to me, my little sugar plum. You can't outrun love. Call me Steven.
Here we are, alone at last, and my dear Kitty.
Yes, Jack, you've said that before.
No, don't interrupt me. I go straight at most things in life, and I don't mean to hesitate over this. Kitty! Do be serious. In a few hours, you'll be off to Scotland, and we may never see each other again, unless...
Unless what?
Will you listen?
I can't help myself.
You know how my father intended to provide me with financial backing, at least after graduation?
Yes.
Well, he can't for the next few years, so I shall have to earn my own living.
That'll do no harm, Jack.
That's exactly how I see it. I've done well at school, I've worked hard, and my work tells wherever you are, so I intend to roll up my sleeves and come out all right. One way or the other.
Well, I'm sure I wish you every success.
Well, of course, in time I shall be quite successful. But the question is, Kitty, will you wait?
Wait? What for?
For my position in life to be less,
Modest?
Yes, thank you. My home, at first, would be,
Rented?
Yes. My income would
Small?
be... Yes. My extra income...
Precarious?
Yes. But soon. Soon my ambitions will be realized, my fears nil, and my hopes tremendous. Now that you know all, that's how I stand.
Oh, that's how you stand.
Oh, Kitty. Dear sainted, beloved Kitty, my hopes and dreams will never be realized without you.
Without me?
No, I've upset you. I do not think to believe that I could ever...
Jack, why would you say that?
Kitty?
As if I hadn't the heart to do what thousands of better girls than I have done.
Oh, Kitty,
As if I could guess all the happy fun that is to be got out of cooking and mending and ministering to the wants and happiness of the man who will work and strive for the woman he loves.
Then, Kitty...
Try me, Jack, for I love you dearly.
You do, Kitty, you do?
As much as you love me, Jack.
Kitty!
My dear sainted, beloved Kitty.
Oh, Kitty, you're such a brick. I've done it.
But what about my guardian, Mr. Spedigue?
Well, I'll see him at once.
No, that won't do.
Won't do?
No, I must have his consent in writing. And so must Amy if she is to wed.
In writing? Why?
So that he can't retract. When we marry, Uncle Spedigue loses his control of our inheritance.
Well, then we may never get his consent. In writing or any other way.
Oh, but we will, Jack. There's one person who can get that written consent for us. So be a good boy and send her to me at once.
Who? Amy?
No. Charlie's aunt. Donna Lucia.
Donna Lucia?
No, don't ask questions. There's a good boy. But send her to me at once while I find Amy.
I've done it, Jack. I've done it.
Done what?
Let the cat out of the bag and told her everything.
Oh, you nitwit, Charlie. Why don't you tell her everything? Wait. What did you say exactly?
That I love her.
Oh. Oh, is that all, Charlie?
Yes. But Jack, now she's gone to find Donna Lucia to get her uncle's consent in writing.
You didn't want to get you consent.
Let me!
Kill that man. Do you have any idea what he keeps saying to me?
No, what does he say?
Yes, what does he say?
No, Charlie's too young.
Is that all? That's nothing.
No, but it's very embarrassing. Have you seen how well I get on with the girls?
Yes, confound you too well.
Oh, do I?
Jack, I can live this lie no longer.
Oh, it's no use. Some lies have got to be lived.
What for?
To save from confessing them, you nitwit.
I just wish you'd bring it all to an end.
Oh, so do I. I could really go for a drink.
We'd be all right if the donkey would be reasonable and behave like a lady for once.
Well, I know that, but he can't. He doesn't know how to.
Yes, it is the selfish idiot's ruining everything.
I wish we'd asked Freddie Peel now.
At least Freddie Peel would have stood us up like a man.
We were fools to trust him.
A selfish little idiot.
When you think of all the misery he's put us through.
You know, I am so utterly indignant, I could wring his neck.
Oh, look. Look at him now.
Babs! You know how long it took for me to find a bunch of babs?
Amy! You won't believe what just happened! Donna Lucia, where are you?
Steady, you get behind her.
Gentlemen, have you seen Donna Lucia?
Yeah. In you go, right?
Oh, hang it, chaps. I'm through with this game. Please, I'm just a young man. I can't play a woman any longer. And let Charlie have a go. All right, Charlie. Do you want to know what he said to me?
Oh, what?
He said he wants to squeeze me in places I've never been squeezed before. How does he know where I've been squeezed before? And then he pinched me.
Oh, did you like it?
Just when you want old Spade doing his best behavior, you risk everything by this fool of a game.
What fool of a game? I don't like old Spedicule. He's so pushy. I want someone to love me for myself. I want money.
Donna Lucia!
Now, here come the girls.
Donna Lucia, there you are. We've been looking for you everywhere.
Yes, we're in a difficulty.
Difficulty.
And we want you to be an angel.
Jack, do go away. Yes, Charlie, do go away.
Yes, go away. They want me to be an angel.
You know our uncle, Mr. Spedigue, is our guardian under my father's will, and we can't marry without his consent.
And you know that Kitty and Jack are in love with each other. And Kitty wants you
Wait a
to...
moment, Amy dear.
Yes, wait a moment, Amy dear. It's her turn.
Oh, it's your turn now.
Yes, now it's your turn.
And Amy and Charlie are in love with each other too. But you don't object, do you?
No, my dear.
Oh, dear.
Okay, that's enough.
Now, Jack, do go away.
Yes, Charlie, do go away.
Yes, go away. The three of us girls want to be alone.
We'll just go fetch the tea.
Now, you remember where we left off, don't you?
Yes, you're all in love and you want to get married.
Well, yes.
And we want Uncle's consent.
And yours. And we want you to be an angel and do it.
Oh, yes, I'd be delighted.
Oh, you are so kind. But I knew that from the first.
Would you like me to be one of your bridesmaids? No, some other time, I suppose.
And the uncle's consent must be in writing.
Oh, do say you will try, Donna Lucia.
We're going away.
Oh, no, don't leave me.
Yes, we're going to Scotland.
Oh, Scotland. Lovely country. Where the Scotch comes from.
Have you ever been in love, Donna Lucia?
Oh, yes, dozens of times. Well, once in love, always in love, you know.
And you know what this means to us, don't you?
I should think I do.
Then we'll find Mr. Spettigue and send him to you at once.
Oh, goody. Oh, Brassett, be a good fellow and fetch me a whiskey and soda, won't you?
Donna Lucia!
Spettigue.
Oh, there you are, Donna Lucia. I have been looking for you all afternoon. I've been looking for you all afternoon. I have so much to say to you.
Stop! Mr. Spettigue!
Oh, yes.
Will you introduce me?
Oh, certainly. Donna Lucia, Mrs. Smythe. Mrs. Smythe, Donna Lucia Dalmadores.
How do you do?
How do you do? I'm Charley's aunt from Brazil. Where the nuts come from.
You know, I've been most interested to meet you.
Oh, really?
Yes. I knew your late husband intimately.
Excuse me.
Hey, where are you going, Donna Lucia?
She knew my late husband intimately. Is everything all right? No, she knew my late husband intimately.
Oh, crumbs.
Well, look out, here comes the tea.
Well, what of it?
Well, you must entertain. Donna Lucia, would you please pour the tea?
Oh, certainly. Does everyone take tea?
You've not been long in America, have you, Donna Lucia?
Change the subject.
Change the subject.
You know, I've heard a great deal about you. They say you had quite a reputation.
Oh, yes, I did. But don't worry, it's healed up nicely.
People seem to think you were all right then. I understand Donna Lucia is a renowned linguist. Yes. In addition to her mastery of the Portuguese tongue of Brazil, she's also very fluent in French.
No,
Really, it's just a few words here and there.
Please show us what he is.
Well, if I must. Let's see. Eiffel Tower. Soup de jour.
Cream and sugar.
Cream and sugar.
And German.
Oh, no, I think French is one.
No, it's really nothing amazing. Wiener Schnitzel. Sauerkraut. Pfannkuchen. Really?
And Spanish.
No.
Por favor, señorita. The Nina. The Pinta. The Santa Maria. Cream and sugar. Oh, Stephen, I'm so terribly sorry. Will you ever forgive me?
Stephen, she called me Stephen. Don't give it another thought. Now, I have a proposition to make. I want all of you to come to my home this evening for dinner. My chauffeur will be here very soon, and you will be riding with me.
Oh, no, I can't. It's impossible. I really must be
Oh, I
getting
won't take no for an answer. I want all of you to come. All of you.
I have my niece with me, Miss Delahaye.
Miss Day. Boys. That's the girl. That's the one.
Voice? Was it it? Oh!
You don't pay it, they just require it. Right. It's like, they don't, their adoptions are free, less than $100 for their home study. Part of their requirements are to have a physician
There they go. I'm having a jolly time of it now that dinner's over. Fancy old Spettigue getting me to come down here tonight and bottle for him. I suppose he's too much of a penny pincher to have a butler of his own. All I can say is it's simply marvelous the way his lordship's kept it up. Anyhow, if worst comes to the worst, I've got his lordship's dress clothes with me.
Razzit, fetch the chauffeur. I'm going home.
Certainly.
Babs, why did you bolt from the dinner table like that?
Just as old Spedigue was composing a poem for your face.
Oh, instead of behaving like a dignified lady, you're acting like an old...
No, go on. Finish it. Don't spare me. You can't say that I'm drunk, although I certainly ought to be.
Now listen here, Babs. You said you'd help us.
That was before she was here. She? Who? The dear sweet girl.
Dear sweet girl.
Miss Delahaye, my dear sweet girl.
Oh, the lady with Mrs. What's her name, Smythe?
Yes, that's my dear sweet girl who I met in Monte Carlo and lost to the butterscotch woman, you twits. Come off!
You can't run off now that you've gotten us into this mess.
Oh, look, I want to tell her the things that you fellas have been telling to your girls. Hang it, I'm just as much in love as you are.
Charlie, have you ever seen such an idiot?
No, he never has. Look, I'm a disgrace to my sex.
I'll hear ya.
Oh, I don't care. I can't stand the idea of having to tell her that I was sitting at the table enveloped in fichu when your confounded girls were kissing me in front of the woman that I love.
You seemed to be enjoying it earlier.
That was when I was playing the game that you begged me to play. But now it's finished.
Not quite. You must stay at least until you get old Spedigue's consent in writing.
Oh, you fellas are like babies. You should really have your mothers here, you know. This way, madame.
Oh, they're coming.
All right, sit down, quick.
Here, on the couch.
How is your aunt, Mr. Wickham? We were afraid she might be ill.
Yes, is there anything the matter?
Auntie's just been a little disturbed by the heat in the dining room, that's all.
The heat?
Yes.
I thought it was rather cold.
Yes, Charlie meant cold. You see, Donna Lucia is used to such a warm climate that a boiling hot dining room seems cold to her. A hot, cold heat. If you understand anything about temperature.
Well, won't you try some of Auntie's smelling salts? They're really quite nice. Bless you.
Bless you, my dear.
You hope Donna Lucia is all right.
Yes, is she Miss Delahaye? Yes, Mr. Tessie says she's quite all right now.
Well, go tell Mr. Spedigue. He's most anxious.
Yes, we'll look after her now.
I wonder who she really is, Auntie.
Oh, some old thing they got after receiving my telegram.
But there's something about her. I mean, she seems so dear. She has such a kind face.
Yes, look at it. They intended that to look like me. I'd never forgive them.
Oh, but there's something about her.
The gentlemen seem to be enjoying themselves.
Well, gentlemen are so exciting, aren't they?
Yes, but ladies are quite exciting as well.
Oh,
Well, yes.
They're probably telling naughty stories. They always do whenever we leave the room.
Then we ladies shall do no less, my dear. You know, I was just thinking of a very funny story.
Oh, I should probably excuse myself. I don't hold with too much frivolity, I'm afraid.
But it was a favorite of Don Pedro's.
Oh, do tell us, Mrs. Smythe.
Donna Lucia, do you mind if I tell Don Pedro's story, or would you prefer to tell it yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom who?
Don Pedro, you know, your late husband.
Oh, yes, I remember his name. I just don't quite remember his stories, is all.
Well, Don Pedro was the kindest soul in all the world that... Oh, Donna Lucia, do you give me permission?
Oh, well, if I must, I must.
Well, as I was saying, Don Pedro was the kindest soul in all the world, but there was this one morning that he did find it necessary to reprimand his downstairs maid.
Oh, we caught her stealing, you know. You can never be too lenient with the service.
She had not been stealing.
Well, you never know. You can never be sure.
The point of the story is, Don Pedro said to the maid, "Why haven't you cleaned the water in the goldfish bowl?"
And what did the maid say?
That's the funny part. The maid said, Because they didn't drink up what I put in yesterday. He's so clever. That's just the
All the
sweetest
stories that I've ever heard. Didn't drink up what I put in yesterday. Oh, that is so rich. Oh, it reminds me of the one about the two French whores. What were the young ladies' place?
Yes.
I'm so out of practice. Amy, why don't you sing something?
Oh, no, I can't. I know nothing new.
Sing that charming ballad. What is it? Ta-ra-ra-boom-die.
Oh, Donna Lucia, won't you sing one of those charming little Brazilian songs that Don Pedro was so fond of?
Please do. That would be wonderful.
No. I haven't sang since I had the mumps. But I do play a little.
Oh, please do just some of the hands.
Oh, all right. What would you like to hear? A little Beethoven, perhaps? How about some Robert of Scotland?
Oh, yes.
Come on, my friends, come along.
There they are. Now, don't forget the letter.
No, I won't forget.
We'll get them all out into the garden and leave you alone with Mr. Spettigue.
Charming, simply charming, just charming.
Oh, no. I haven't played in years.
Yeah.
Brazza, could you bring the cigars in, please? Unless the ladies...
Oh, no, go right ahead.
Donna Lucia, do you object?
Oh, no, I love a good panatella. To kill the insects and things.
Look at Spetty. What's he doing? He's sitting right by that. Just like he did all through dinner.
You know, it is a sweet evening. Perhaps you'd like to enjoy your cigars out in the garden.
Oh, yes, I love a cigar myself, but I don't like to smoke.
It's a sweet evening.
Are you fond of music, Mr. Spettigue?
I hope to be.
Why? Do you plan on taking lessons?
Oh, Dad, I'm glad you finally met Kitty. She really is a wonderful girl, isn't she?
I must say, Jack, I like her very much. Marriage is a serious step, but with her, that could be a very light step indeed.
It is a sweet evening. Would you care to go to the garden? I think I heard a titmouse in the hedgerow.
What?
The letter. Donna Lucia needs to get the letter.
It is a sweet evening. Let's all go into the garden.
A wonderful idea, Charlie.
I think I shall roll the ground.
Anyone else for the garden? It is a sweet evening.
Shall we join them?
Yes. It would be a charity to leave those two alone.
Indeed. Why?
Oh, just a bit of matchmaking mischief, that's all.
They're gone. Donna Lucia, they're... I've longed for this moment to be alone with you.
No,
I must speak to you.
no, I'm very angry with you.
You hurt me. Don't say that.
But I do say that. After the promise you made to treat me like that.
Promise?
Yes, the consent you promised in writing.
How can you be thinking of that when we have so much more to say to each other that deeply concerns ourselves?
Oh, no, we do not. Know me that well. I'm no ordinary woman.
Donna Lucia, I beg you to listen to me.
I'll listen to you with pleasure, but where is the letter that you promised?
Lucia, will you hear me?
Yes, I'll hear you better with the letter in my hand.
Lucia, you are a puzzle, an enigma.
How dare you? Until you get me that letter, everything is over between the two of us.
Well, that decides it. I will go to my study and draft a note.
With full consent and signed, don't forget.
Then say that you'll be mine.
Oh yes, I'll say whatever you like. Just don't take too long in the study.
Oh, darling.
Why, I should be an old woman for the rest of my life. I haven't had a smoke in ages. Don't mind if I do.
Donna Lucia, do you find it a bit chilly in here? Well, I do.
Oh, then I'll go get your back one tea.
Thank you, my dear.
Shall I get one for you?
Donna Lucia, are you alone?
Oh, yes, I'm all alone.
Oh, I shall
Oh, no, don't detain yourself.
What a dreadful smell of smoke.
Oh, yes, I noticed that myself. Go see if there's a leak somewhere.
Oh, no, don't go. I've been wanting to talk to you.
Oh, really?
Yes, about your late husband, Don Pedro.
Oh, how nice.
Do you know, when I first met Don Pedro, he told me he had no wife.
What a wicked storyteller. But he really was a cruel husband, actually.
Oh, the Don Pedro I knew was noble, kind, and gentle.
You must be thinking about his father, the older gentleman with the white mustache. Easy mistake.
Donna Lucia, I'm surprised you don't indulge in the habit of smoking. So many Brazilian ladies do, you know.
Well, to tell you the truth, that's exactly what I was doing when you came in.
Well, pray then don't let me interrupt you.
Oh, all right. Care to join me?
Oh, no, thank you. You see, not being a Brazilian lady, it might be thought a bit strange.
Yes, well, would you like a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. Donna Lucia, pardon my curiosity, but have you any children?
Yes, only a few. Not just
Here's your back on tea.
Oh, thank you, my dear. I think I shall go out into the garden. I fancy Colonel Chesney has something he wants to say to me. But, sweetheart, it's a bit chilly. I think you need to remain inside. Lovely talking to you.
Oh, wasn't it? Well,
I don't know. Oh, well, don't go, please.
I was just going to the garden.
Oh, it's turned quite chilly.
May I fetch you a wrap of some kind?
No, thank you. Auntie says I'm better here. I've been ill, you know.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I'm much better now, of course, if I take care.
Yes, you must take great care.
Well, you sit down?
All right.
Well, Auntie, I fancy, is more particular than usual this evening, for, well, you see, years ago, she and Colonel Chesney were sweethearts.
Were they?
Yes. Well, but he went away without telling her he was ever so fond of her. Well, Auntie says he was shy. But, well, the noblest man that I ever knew was shy, and he was, oh, so kind. Well, he got to know how Papa had become so ill and so poor, and well, he lost a large sum of money to Papa at cards. Well, Auntie thinks on purpose. But you see, I have all the money, and if ever we meet, I do mean to give it back.
No, you must never think of doing something like that.
Oh, but he went away before I could tell him how much I loved him. For his kindness to my poor father, and, well, you don't mind my telling you all this, do you? I don't know why, but I like talking to you. I like you. I do long to see him again. Well, adieu.
Adieu, too.
Lucia!
You have the letter.
Here's the letter. But first, make my joy complete. Say from this blissful moment that we are engaged.
Yes, we are engaged.
Oh, darling,
We are engaged. Darling. Is this the letter, Mr. Spettigue?
call me Stephen.
Is this the letter, Stephen?
That's the letter. And now, may I say that we are betrothed?
Yes, we are betrothed. Darling.
Mrs. Smythe, Colonel Chesney, congratulate me. I am the happiest man in the world. But where are the dear children? This must be a day of happiness and rejoicing for us all. For us all.
What on earth does he mean?
Oh, didn't I tell you what would happen if we left those two alone?
What?
She's accepted him.
She?
Donna Lucia Davadores, from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Dad.
Yes.
When I think, well, that rascal boy of mine made some sort of stupid suggestion that I should
That
be...
you should offer your hand and heart to Donna Lucia Davadores, and you don't envy him?
Envy him?
Think of her millions.
Lucy, when I saw your face.
You didn't recognize it.
Not when I did. But I explained it to you in the garden just now.
Then you would take me, a penniless widow.
Nothing would make me happier.
Auntie, did you find me here too chilly?
Oh, I didn't notice, my love.
Oh, well, Auntie, how pretty you look this evening. Auntie, has the Colonel asked if... Shh.
Come along, my dear children, come along. So excited. Amy, you sit here. Amy, you sit over here, please. Gentlemen, you can just stand right there, thank you. I have something to tell you all, something that I think will make you all very pleased to hear. But first, where is Donna Lucia?
Oh, Donna Lucia's resting, sir, I fancy.
Well, perhaps it's just as well. Before she returns, I have a little secret for you all.
Gracious Jack, what's he gonna say?
No, until he says it, Charlie.
Situated as I am, a lonely widower, with the grave responsibility of my two nieces, all alone. But now, an angel of mercy has appeared, enchanting me with her heavenly joy and bliss.
Shut up.
Under her influence, I have consented to the engagement of my niece, Amy, to a fine young gentleman in whom I have the utmost confidence, Mr. Charles. Furthermore, captivated by her charms, I have also consented to the union of Kitty to Jack, the only son of my dear friend, Colonel Francis Chesney. Colonel Chesney? Huh? Now then, what would you say to a third engagement? Our angel of mercy has consented to become Mrs. Stephen Spettigue. I allude, of course, to our dear friend, Donna Lucia Davadores. Be more careful, President.
Uncle!
I'm sorry, but be more careful, please. Now then, nothing could make me happier.
Mr. Spettigue, I can listen to this ghastly charade no longer.
Mr. Rickham, what do you mean?
Oh, I said I can listen to this
I
ghastly
heard what you
charade.
said. Explain your words.
I love Amy far too much to entrap her under these false and lying pretenses. That woman that you say is...
Do you allude, sir, to the...
Yes, I said that woman that you say...
I beg of you to speak of more respect of your aunt.
She's not my aunt.
What's your aunt? What do you mean?
Mr. Spettigue, will you allow me to say that the blame is mine, and let me explain.
My business is with this young man, sir, not with you.
Oh, I must tell his lordship of this.
At the last moment this morning, my aunt, on whose account we invited Miss Verdun and Miss Spettigue here, telegraphed to say that she couldn't come. The girls arrived and we...
And I prevailed upon someone to,
To impersonate her! I have been treacherously and infamously deceived!
My sympathy, sir.
That was not our intention, sir.
Don't lie to me, sir!
Forgive us, sir, but you forget you were not expected.
Ugh. An old frump in a wig. Ugh.
May I come in?
Turn that
I say, may I come in?
Who are you, sir?
Why, I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Lord Batterley.
Fancourt, Beverly, I beg your pardon.
Auntie, I've told him everything.
It's wonderful.
What does this mean?
Yes, what does this mean?
Well, it means that we've all done something terribly wrong, and I can't say how sorry I am. For if I had not offered the temptation, none of this would have ever occurred.
And if Mr. Spedigue will allow us to add our apologies and say that no words can express our contrition.
You will never marry my girls! Never! The letter! Where is the letter taken from me under these treacherous circumstances?
Oh, yes, the letter. I have the letter.
It's mine! It's mine!
Give that to me, I demand it!
Jack, take it! No, Jack, that's not yours! Allow me!
I shall dispute it! Under her father's will, I shall dispute it!
This letter is addressed and has been delivered to Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
But he, she, that is not Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
No, but I am.
What?
What, Lucy?
My aunt?
My money. It's libelous! It's libelous! As for you, young man, I shall report you to the authorities, to the dean of your college, the first thing tomorrow morning. Colonel Chesney, this is for you.
My flower.
Charlie? Mr. Wickham? I mean, how dare you? I'll never forgive you.
My dear, your uncle shall receive the most profound reparation my influence can make. Charlie, I'll never forgive you if you deceive this sweet young lady again. As in my part, I only shared in this deception when I found another lady established in my place.
No wonder she knew all about my late husband.
Well, I'm as sorry as anyone. But it doesn't change anything with us, Jack.
My dear sainted beloved Kitty.
Oh, indeed? Then he must wait till I'm his mother.
Mother?
Yes, in deceiving me as much as anyone, Donna Lucia has done me the great honor to recollect an old affection and has agreed to assume that authority. So look out, Jack.
As for you, Lord Fancourt Babberly, I'm afraid you have gained one confidence that no one can dispute.
I know, and I can't say how sorry I am, for I would not trade that confidence to save my life. And if Miss Delahaye will allow me to say so, I would love to atone for it with my utmost devotion. Would you ever forgive me?
Auntie? Oh, yes, yes. Lord Fancourt Babberly, if you ever deceive this...
Oh, no, 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 never again. You have my word. Oh, you have my dress if you like. No, I only hope that Miss Delahaye will agree to consider me as a husband. And in the future, I resign to Colonel Francis Chesney all claims to Charlie's aunt.